Mangere town centre, man. This is the heart of Mangere. If you don't know anything about Cook Island donuts, gotta come here to the Puka Puka Hall. This is where the bro Shock lost his life. This is his corner actually. Whereas now there's a lot of gun violence, which I do not support. Pretty much a lot of the G's that was in the streets are now in the spaces of what we needed or what they needed back in the days. So we're using our voice to make Mangere a place that we needed when we were growing up.
Yo, it's your boy King Dave here, and this is the Fallon Show. Hope all is going well. This is Hood Diaries. I got this new segment that I'm doing. So I got my bro Fitz here. He's going to show me around the neighbourhood, going to show me around the area. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy, man. Much love.
Hey, what's up everyone? Fitz here, Mangere born and raised. Welcome to Hood Diaries. This is my neighbourhood Mangere. Let me show you around. This is Barbershop 275. These are the boys. One of the other boys ain't in today. These are head barbers over here. Obviously, one of them is getting cut up because he doesn't do any work. For a change, it's Barber Max, Big Barber Mo, you know. This is our place.
I've been here just a little over a year, but I've been part of the movement, bro, from day one, to be honest. Bro, born and raised.
Born and raised here in Mangere?
Born and raised in Mangere, bro, 33 years. Yeah, spent one of these years in Tonga, but 32 over here, bro.
We've got merch here, t-shirts, hats, hoodies. 275. 275 is the area code for Mangere. Also got our music studio here. Got a small little music studio, and there's our guy who looks after our merchandise. This is so what we utilize the space for is networking amongst our community. So when you walk through these doors, there's no egos, it stays at the door, and it's all about encouraging and uplifting our community. Blood that got killed over here. Yeah, so this is where the bro Shock lost his life. This is his corner actually. Alpha Brown, so yeah, rest in peace to also. I didn't know him personally, but it was some of my nephew's boys. So. Yeah, this is a good place for burgers. Like this is our spot in Mangere where we come to for those fat juicy burgers, and they're locals as well. They're from the area, so it's all about using our money, putting it back into our businesses, our local businesses, so that they support local as well, which means they use their money to give back to our community, and that's what we're trying to create. A sustainable environment where we just continuously circle our money in our community. So these are some of our main streets, Whitman Way. So out this way we had FMS, fucking Mangere Stars, the RF, Ruthless Family. Who else? We had some King Cobras out this way. Variety of people, but Whitman Way's a main street out this way. Garris Ave as well. That OG GFK out there. So yeah, a lot of different gang affiliations, if I say. This is the school I went to out here, Southern Cross. We'll take a drive up. Yeah, this used to be an old up top video parlour, and then Spaces used to be here. This is where a lot of scraps happen. Like I remember one time when I was young, I came here and bought some fish and chips. And one of the dudes came in. This is where I saw my first sort of jumping, where a guy came in and he was talking to a guy and he goes, "Oh bro, can I see you outside?" The guy came outside and the other bro just knocked him out. And that's the first time I sort of experienced this area. Because I only just came here for fish and chips. I think I was 12 at the time. But yeah, this is classed as the hood as well. Good people, but you know, when we do when islanders go 100, they go 100. So if you got gangsters, that's where the gangsters hang. This is the gold, bro. The famous windmill mudkick. That moist. Yo, so this is McNaughton, also known as McNaughty. Just at this house here, this is where they filmed Put Your Colours On, Colorway Records. So Colorway is a Otara rap group, and there was only one Mangere rapper in there. the bro Fitz, but I forgot his punchline. So he was punchline in Callaway, and this is where they filmed the clip. Same as that alleyway over there. A lot of things have happened in this area, but this is where they shot that clip. They'll crane me a Crez. Nice and hot back in the days. There's a house here I used to buy my hats from, but there's a lot of stories down here in Cramia. I'm not from here, so I don't have many stories, but this was a hottie street. A lot of housing. It's a housing suburb, mixed suburb, housing development, and also owned houses. Yeah, Gareth Ave. Like I said, this was old school JFK. Just fucking crazy, I think it was what it stood for. There's a CT Crez. CT Crez, also known as Cottingham Crescent. A lot of change down here as well. They busted, 6-7 houses and built 20. So it didn't look like this. This is only about 2 years old. But this was a King Cobra area, also a Ruthless family area. Mangere styles, fucking Mangere styles, FMS area. Oh, Ruthless Thugs, not Ruthless family, yeah. Ruthless Thugs. Keep a hottie stuff down that park there. This was also another hot street in its days. This is when gang violence was quite big, or the gang culture was quite heavy back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Same as the early 90s, pretty much all of the 90s. But it's definitely cleaned up a lot in its years, which is a great thing to see. Everyone just wanting to do right, because we're not as long as America, so we went through a big phase, about 10-15 years of heavy gang culture, and it's good to see that a lot of us have grown up into parents and don't want to see that for our children, and that's good. So this is some graffiti art, FDKNS. That's what they're known for. Actually, quick history on FDKNS. FDKNS is a collaboration of Forever Deaf Kings and Kings Never Surrender. FDK is from Otara, KNS is our Mangere gang. So in the 90s there was a head chopping at the Otara market. And obviously that's when the beef was heavy between Otara and Mangere. So the FDKs and the KNS came together. I forgot the year, I think it was 92 or something. They came together to bring Mangere Otara together. Pretty much a lot of the G's that was in the streets are now in the spaces of what we needed or what they needed back in the days. So we're using our voice to make Mangere a place that we needed when we were growing up. There's Whare Koa over there. So we use Whare Koa. So 275, our barbershop, we started a chess club. The first chess club in Mangere since 1984. Yeah, coming up to the Mangere town centre. This is the heart of Mangere. This is our own town centre. It's our pools and the rec centre on the left. Laundry mats everywhere. Yeah, but I'm going to show you the Puka Puka Hall. The Puka Puka Hall is known for Puka Puka donuts. Puka Puka is an island in one of the 15 islands in the Cook Islands. If you don't know anything about Cook Island donuts, gotta come here to the Puka Puka Hall, get some Puka Puka donuts. Real famous in Mangere. Thank you. So we're talking about, bro, Puka Puka donuts, man. Number one. You eat this with a cup of tea. You eat it with minus your chicken. It's like a staple food when you eat. Number one. This is the heart of Mangere. This is where we come get our fruits, our clothing, our shoes, our groceries. But be careful where you park your car, because it's not the criminals you need to worry about, it's Auckland Transport. They come here and fine you, no reg, no warrant. Tricky bastards, man. Right now, during the times that we're in, it's actually gone down. Growing up, there was a lot of life, a lot of vibrancy, a lot of colour. But over time, I mean, shops are closing. People don't have money, and there's a lot of $2 shops in here. There was no $2 shops here back in the days. Street to here's an OG Mangere himself. How long you had the shop, brother?
About 23 years.
Yep, and this is where we come for our clothing. Obviously, you can see Dickies, Kaha, Ben Davis, our jackets, our throwbacks. So this fella's been dressing the area for the last 20 years, or this beautiful couple has been dressing the area for the last 20 years. So this is another spot at the town centre that's been here for over 20 years. Barbecue. Alright, I've been here all my life, but I still don't know how to pronounce this. So it's just known as the barbecue place next to the fish shop. There's also another place that's been here for over 20 years. Same owners, but now they just got bubble tea added into their menu. Because that's where we're moving into. The chicken and chips, this is what they're known for. A lot of cultural festivity used to happen here. They used to do Zumba, but then all this restriction crap came in and pretty much divided us. Just shoes. This man's been here over 20 years. That's the brother Nick. This is where we used to come get our shoes, or we still do. So this is the shoe man. Bought my first pair of Timberlands in here. Bought my first pair of Jordans in here.
Hey brother.
How are you, my bro?
Fantastic.
Good, brother.
I've been Mangere for over 20 years.
Never in my life, ever coming to the town centre, have I seen these shops closed. So this is a fruit shop. Looks like it's closed down. Jewelry shop. Mangere Jewelers. Been here over 20 years as well. Never seen it closed. Closed until further notice. Mangere local board closed. So if we've got issues to bring up with them, we've got to send them an email. But half of our community who's got shit to say don't have internet. So you know, it's up to us, the younger generation, to voice the voiceless. But yeah, Pacific Fashion. Never seen that closed as well. Joseph Parker. He's one of ours. He's from Mangere. Just off the top, David Tour, Barry Adams, where I showed you at their school. Mark Hunt, David Longy, he was an ex-Prime Minister of ours, of New Zealand. There are so many, Joseph Parker, there are so many, you put me on the spot, you want to make us look bad. But I'll keep naming them as it comes to mind. Jonah Lumu. So these are the world champions. And then this is not including the other champions that don't make the highlight as well. We're coming out to another entry exit of the Mangere Town Centre. And this is the car park on this side. So on this side on Saturdays, we have a thing called the markets, similar to what the swap meet is in the States. But from here, all down there, full of stores. Local entrepreneurs, a lot of island businesses coming through. And yeah, that's the best place to be on a Saturday morning. I'll take you down here to Mr. T. It's a new initiative that's just come out in Mangere, promoting more biking. The bro here has been working on this for the last 8 years. Also along here, Mangere Pools, this was a sort of area for meet-up for gangs as well. A lot of scraps used to happen here. Just trying to see who was the toughest in Mangere pretty much. A lot of us, or a lot of people, a lot of youth trying to find their way in society, as you know. And it's good to see that this place is now positive. It's good to see that. OG King Cobra, he's been around this area for many years, life member. So yeah, this area, a lot of youth used to have fights and stuff. But it's good that it's turned into a positive area. Got a bike hub now, so.
Yeah, I've been doing it for quite a while, since 2013. Just wanted to do something positive for the community. And I thought cycling, it's just about helping the community really, and just passing the knowledge on to locals, opportunities, man. So yeah, just building that. You're all good,
How long
Same as yourself, bro.
How long have you been in the area, bro?
Oh, born and bred in Mangere, man.
OG Mangere, like I said.
Yeah.
You know, he's been here for years, seen a change. What's the changes you've seen, bro?
Well, more people. Look, the kids here now, and you know, there's more people into the community. A lot of changes, but still the same places. Mangere Charles needs an upgrade. It's all good, man. You know, we just keep pushing.
Rest in peace, Aaliyah. Rest in peace, Jam Master J. I bet you guys didn't know, but they're from Mangere as well. So for those who don't know, David Longi, he was actually one of our old Prime Ministers. I think he's finished serving his term from 1984 to 1989. Look it up. But David Longi was a Prime Minister of New Zealand, and the brother was from Mangere. So, you know, we've got so many local champions here. This area has actually improved a lot as well. There used to be an old house here, like a playground house, where this street gang called Bulkers used to come kick back. This was their area, their bloods. They used to come kick back and drink over here and cause trouble over here. So South Auckland, majority of South Auckland is maybe 80%, 70 to 80% Pacific Islanders. That's why when you cruise around the area, it's a lot of brown faces. But Mangere now, with the house prices going up, people with no money get tempted by money, and that's where gentrification is happening in our community as well. Shopping mart in Mangere, but before this was built, there was like a unit place and a bar. And at that bar there was so many scraps. This is where the mongrel mob and Black Power and King Cobra had to sort their beef out. I heard of stories, because I was too young, but I heard of stories at the underground car park. They used to scrap it out for the turf, which is a lot better back in the days, scrapping it out by hand. Whereas now there's a lot of gun violence, which I do not support, because there's collateral damage. Recent story, there was some beef between two rival gangs, or not the actual gangs, just individuals themselves from the gangs, and an innocent family got shot up because one of the members or one of the rival gangs shot the wrong house. You know, and if it was fists, they'll actually knock on the door and see if it's the right person. But yeah, not now. But yeah, back there there's a lot of activity back there. When I was a teenager, they used to sell drugs at that spot. This street here, Killington, also known as Killing Town. One of our current gangster rappers, if you look him up, Inked Up, this is his hood, this is his block. He's from here. That's the Killing Town Kings. So if you look him up, Inked Up, mean wordsmith in his craft. Also, we got a marae here as well. You know, I think this was one of 3 maraes in Mangere. I don't know what this marae is called, but this is one of 3 maraes. Stavington, another area or another street gang or gang around this way is KTs, which stands for Kaudamas. Kaudamas means the boys or the brothers. Was a multicultural group of boys come together. They had a name for themselves in the early 2000s, but now they're all grown up, still around, but they're a lot more family orientated. Down the street here, Desford, we have one of the OGs, I think it's HVCs, Hutt Valley Crips, lives down here, same as some of the KTs down there. But yeah, there's a lot of different street gangs in our area. There could be over maybe 10, 15 different gangs in Mangere alone. But that's a story for another video. But yeah, I'm taking you now to Ihumatao. Ihumatao is where the Māori actually landed. This is one of the first places in New Zealand that the Māori landed, and it's Ihumatao. Getting into Pukitutu Island. Pukitutu Island is one of the islands that's just outside of Mangere. People have their weddings there, but in order to get there we gotta go through the sewage pond. So a lot of people come here at night, have their drinks, a place to chill. It doesn't smell like crap anymore. It's all good, but you can't swim in this water. Look at this beautiful place, man. So just on the other side there is Ihumatao. That's where they came first. So here's that forest I was talking about. Little forest. So imagine how many of these trees were here before, you know, corporate New Zealand or whatever the people are called that come and cut down the trees. And that's where the Māoris first came to, or part of New Zealand where the Māoris first came to, where this place was full of fish, full of kaimoana. Great area for planting, using the soil, best soil. And Mangere, Mangere is actually a Māori word and it means lazy wind. And there's good breeze that comes through this area from the water out there. That's actually West Auckland on that side. But yeah, you can bring your nets out here, catch some fish. Me and the boys from the shop, we actually come out here when we need some time away from the city. So this is like an escape, taking it back to nature, just being one with the earth. We just come, take off our shoes, earth, breathe in that air that's coming through and just listen to the water splashing against the rocks. And that's part of our peace time to help us think. And a lot of people do that on that area there, on that side. But yeah, this is all Mangere, man. But we're coming into Ihumatao now. This area is still the untouched part of Mangere. It probably still looks the same from when it did in the 1900s. But yeah, it's beautiful out here, heaps of land. And they actually, about 2-3 years ago, they actually went, they did a protest because Fletcher Building bought this off the current owner, or the previous owner, and they were planning to build, I think, 300 homes here. So they bought it for, I think, 80 million. And then that's what the protest was all about. They didn't call it a protest, they call it a protect, because it's all about occupying what's rightfully Māori and protecting the whenua, which is the land. That's why the road is closed. I mean, we can still go up here. It's sacred ground, you know. So if the houses get built here, it deletes Māori history. So Māori history is the true history of New Zealand, Aotearoa. So yeah, man, at one stage we were occupying the line over here. I was down here helping our people occupy the line. Yeah, so the line was actually here where these two blocks are. Police used to line up over here and the people were over here, and we kept pushing them back and back, and look at where we are now. We can go in. No one's here trying to take the land off us. And this land was Māori land, and then it got stolen, and then it got sold to the government, or got sold on, which doesn't make sense. How do you sell stolen land? And that's a battle that us here, I'm not Māori, but what Māori are fighting for, I fight for it too. There's another marae down here actually, and this is also a black power area, black power pads down there, another marae down there. But yeah, the gang culture, well, the big gangs like Cobra and that, it's actually quieting down. Everyone's growing up. The truth still remains, But then there is some things happening right now with a couple of rival gangs that we're trying to bring a truce to before, you know, it gets worse. It's been a bit quiet, but it's good. Just trying to bring that peace.
From Mangere.
So this is David Tua's house. This one here on the left. David Tua, world famous boxer, and when he had a fight with Shane Cameron and he knocked him out, bro, it was busy. Everyone came, started beeping horns, because that's one thing we do out here when we celebrate. We're just out on the road, doesn't matter what time, just beeping horns. Yeah, but yeah, that's David Tua. David Tua's the man. He's still in Mangere. He's got a gym now in Onehunga, focused on our Pacific people, our PI people. That's our bridge over there. All along down there was like a wall of fame for graffiti art back in the 90s. So we're here at Mangere Bridge. We're going to take a little walk up to the top. And then you can see the whole neighbourhood. Yeah, over here there was a lady that got burnt here back in the days as well. Came on a Crime Watch story. She got burnt alive. Very sad. So rest in peace to her. The burn marks only just went away a few years ago too. Frisian Drive. So there, this is where I grew up. And the reason why it's called Frisian, because before these houses on the left were built, it was a big farmland and there was full of cows. And I think it was the brown and white cows. And brown and white cows are called Frisian. So yeah, fun fact. But this is my area, bro. This is our local dairy. And then FDK&S as well, over here on the right. So FDK&S is all over Mangere. Oh yeah, there's a lot of stories on this dairy. Drinking at the back. You know, keeps of tagging. The walls are a lot better now, but this was like a famous wall for tagging. Yeah, so on the left there's the Paka Polynesian Catering. That's the Paka family, so that's Joseph Paka and Poetic. Poetic's family, so Poetic's got a bit of time, down here. And also another famous rapper that lives along the street is Layback. He's the G-Funk king of New Zealand. He just lives up the road, and this park over here where I'm about to pull up to, this is where he's filmed a few of his clips. Just here on the left. So I grew up down here on the right. This is where our area was. We used to kick back where that big tree was on the corner. That's called the corner shop. But yeah, this park here on the left is where Layback shot his clips. And also one of my bros, Ace LHS, lost his life. So school time's finished. School's finished. This is my primary school I went to. So many schools out here, man. And everything we do is for the children, making sure that they grow up in a better place than we did.
Alright man, that's the end of the vlog. Yeah man, hope you guys enjoyed, and I love you all. Peace.